The Legend of Zelda is everyone's favorite Zelda. Save for Mrs. Williams, I'm actually not too certain of many more uses of the name. That's probably due to my own lack of research, but hey, I'm not a name guy. I'm a Nintendo game guy, and today, we're talking Wind Waker. The Legend of Zelda franchise's 8th installation was not always the fan favorite that it is today. While its announcement was feverishly anticipated, it was met with a bit of a shock and no small amount of disappointment. If you're not familiar with the events, I'll summarize. First, a next-gen Zelda is said to be in development. Second, Space World 2000 teases a gritty Zelda sequel. Third, the cel-shaded Wind Waker is unveiled. You know the old cliche, don't judge a book by its cover? Well, at the time, that's all anyone wanted to do. Ugh, it looks like a cartoon. Link looks too childish. The game isn't scary enough. Zelda game should invoke the crying of children and lamentations of their mother. Okay, maybe not that far, but you get what I'm saying. The darker, more realistic Zelda shown off in the tech demo teased at Space World would eventually end up being an influence on Twilight Princess, but not before Wind Waker had its time in the sun. Quickly after release, the agonizing wails of disappointment emanating from the bowels of the fanbase transformed into harmonious shrieks of glee. Not only was this new Zelda adventure boasting a rich story, stellar soundtrack, and wonderfully paced journey, but the graphical style was actually a fantastic choice and accent to it all. What it ended up doing, instead of distracting from the Zelda experience, was expand upon the emotions and humor of the world in a way not seen since the CDI Zeldas. And we don't speak of those.
My boy.
Similar to what Paper Mario did for the Super Mario franchise, the Wind Waker's artistic style lended itself to the characters' expressive personalities. Link, ordinarily stoic and emotionless, found himself with a host of expressions and a seemingly more robust personality as well. Even for a non-verbal character, Link was able to convey an array of thoughts and thanks in large part to the graphical presentation. And beyond Link, I mean, come on. Can you imagine these guys any other way? Tingle originated in Majora's Mask, but his Wind Waker imagining has all but solidified itself as my canon Tingle. Even the enemies have a certain flair to them that just screams, "Assault me!" In the best way, of course. As a result of all of that, fans grew to love the cel shading, and I'm no different. I was a child when Wind Waker released, and like many children, I was dumb as rocks. But I was capable of learning, and after a few hours of drowning pigs, I was hooked. And to this day, I still want more. I know what you're thinking. LP, you salty sausage, there were a couple of handheld games that built upon this same exact graphical style. And yes, you're right, but Wind Waker was a console game, and that has yet to have a true comparison, and that's what I want. Of course, I understand that experimenting, innovating, and trying new things is what Nintendo has been about ever since they were slanging playing cards in the 19th century, but I think that we deserve another cel-shaded Zelda adventure. Another journey that underneath its colorful and seemingly childish exterior harbors an emotionally deep story and expressive slate of characters to match. And truth be told, the game doesn't even have to be a continuation of Wind Waker, Spirit Tracks, or Phantom Hourglass. I'd love for it to be its own thing entirely. So, while this is all quite possibly fueled by my intense feelings of nostalgia for the games, I truly think that a new Zelda game in this style, perhaps even with the open-world nature of modern Zelda, could be a huge success for nostalgic gamers like myself and newfound fans of the franchise alike. Ultimately, more Zelda's always a good thing, regardless of how it looks, but I really think that a new cel-shaded Zelda would be neat. Don't you?